All right. Well, we've got another UFC show coming up here very, very shortly. This one actually looks to be one of the more competitive cards that have come out in quite some time. Of course, we have our handy dandy stats here, as you'll see. Got stats. We always have stats. We always come in always come mathematically prepared for these things. But anyway, main event. We got off to a pretty good start. It's a light heavyweight contest. We got Daniel Cormier taking on Alexander Gustafsson. Both these guys coming off losses. No, wait, they're not coming off losses. They come off losses to John Jones, but Gustafsson had the follow-up loss to Anthony Johnson, whereas Cormier just beat the crap out of who was it? Who'd he fight? Has he fought versus John Jones? Oh man, I should really know this one. Oh yeah, it was Anthony Johnson. He beat him up. Sorry about that. Sorry, haven't really been in the loop for really that long of a time. But anyway, you look at the stats here. It's a pretty closely contested event, I would say. Height gave the advantage to Gustafsson, and the reach obviously goes to the Swede. Fight time also leans towards Gustafsson. That's kind of an important note because if you're fighting the main event and your fight's only 8 minutes long and your opponent's 15, that means you probably win those fights by finishing someone. As far as significant strikes landed per minute, slight tilt towards Gustafsson. But, most of the other striking and takedown statistics all lean towards Cormier. He's got better accuracy. He's landing almost twice as many takedowns per fight. He's actually eating half as many punches per fight as Gustafsson. So there's a lot of key questions about Gustafsson's defense despite his long range. Defense, as far as striking, favors Cormier. Takedown average leans towards Cormier. Accuracy pretty much dead even. 40% takedown accuracy, so that's kind of a wash. Takedown defense actually leans towards Gustafsson, believe it or not, 86% to 77%. And submissions pretty negligible, 0.5 for Cormier, 0.8 for Gustafsson. So what does all this mean? All this means it's going to be really hard to pick this fight. You look at Cormier, and he basically wins fights doing the exact same thing. That is, he bullies you up against the cage, and he just drubs on you until you basically pass out, or he can take you down, and then he just pummels on you until the fight stops. So he did against Anthony Johnson. And that's what he couldn't do against John Jones. Gustafsson, obviously he got drugged by Johnson. I mean, he fights in a similar style to Cormier, so this fight could play out much like that. But at the same time, Gustafsson actually had a lot of success keeping John Jones at range. And I think he actually did a better job. I think out of all the people John Jones has fought, Gustafsson's probably the guy who's probably come closest to solving the enigma. And straight enough, he won that fight with takedowns. I mean, that was his strategy, and Jones really couldn't reply to it. So the question now is, can Gustafsson out-wrestle Cormier? That's going to be the big deciding factor for the matchup. And I think, Gustafsson, he's got some good shots. He's going to keep it close. He's going to hurt Cormier early. But I think if this thing turns into a war of attrition, then you got to give it to Cormier. Strangely enough, even though Gustafsson, he's taller and it seems like he has the better gas tank, you see in these really long, drawn-out heavyweight fights, Cormier actually does pretty well. So basically, I just see Cormier going in there, taking some shots early. Gustafsson might win a round or two, but the longer the fight drags on, it's going to favor Cormier. He's going to take a while, but he's going to get his bullying up against the cage strategy to work. And he's going to get Gustafsson up against the cage, and he's going to pummel on him, and I think he ends up winning this one with a late fourth round TKO. So Cormier, he retains. Co-main event, Johny Hendricks against Tyrone Woodley. Another very interesting matchup statistically. 5.9, well not 5.9, 5.9 is their height. Weight dead even. Woodley has a significant reach advantage. Also has a fight time advantage. And from there on out, I mean, it's really a mixed bag. Hendricks has a better strikes landed per minute. Ratio also has the best takedown average, 4.44 takedowns per 15-minute fight compared to Woodley's 1.92. He's also got better takedown accuracy, even though, strangely enough, Woodley seems to have the better defense. Submission, pretty much negligible. Looking at Woodley's advantages, obviously, 50% striking accuracy better than Hendricks. 2.72 strikes absorbed per minute. Actually has better striking defense, which is a little bit surprising. 58% over 54% striking defense. So, I mean, that's a pretty good ratio. Well, so, I mean, once again, like the main event, this one is a very, very hard one to pick. This is one of the best statistical matchup loaded cards we've seen in the UFC in quite some time. So, with that in mind, man, this is a tough one. Okay, I think Hendricks is the more complete fighter. He's better striking. Woodley, he's got a problem with his gas tank. We've seen that. Dude lost to Nate Marquardt, so you know the guy can be beat. He's one of those guys who looks better than he actually is. So, I mean, I think Johny Hendricks wins this fight, but I'm kind of on the fence about how he goes about winning the fight. You know, I think, man, how does he do this? Because he can go in there and knock him out in the first. I mean, that's completely within the realm of possibility. But at the same time, I think this will probably play a little bit more like the Matt Brown fight. And the thing is, Matt Brown's a far faster, more nuanced fighter than Tyrone Woodley anyway. But, you know, I think Hendricks is going to play at a very conservative, smart game. He's going to keep Woodley at bay with striking, not really get inside. And I think once he starts wrestling, Woodley's not going to have a solution. And I think Hendricks ends up, well, I'll take it. I'll say he's going to finish him. He's going to finish him second round TKO. A ground and pound. And I don't get those too often. So I'm going with Hendricks. Ryan Bader against Rashad Evans. Now, on paper, just looking at the numbers, this is one of the most one-sided fights the UFC has put on a long time. Bader, height advantage. 5-time advantage. Significant strikes landed per minute advantage. He's eating half as many punches per fight as Evans. 71% to 64% better striking defense. More takedown attempts per fight. Better takedown defense. Better submission average. It's kind of surprising to me. Rashad Evans has never gone for a submission in his UFC career, which is kind of, I don't know. Didn't think that'd be the case, but it is. And really the only category that Rashad Evans actually has a significant statistical advantage over Bader is in takedown accuracy, 48% to 43%. But that's kind of a negligible number. Now the big ratio you got to look at here is the delay in fight time. That's the biggest variable in this matchup because Rashad Evans hasn't had a fight in, wow, like way over 2 years, like almost 3 years now. His last fight was actually against Chael Sonnen, so that gives you an idea of how long this dude's been on the shelf. Rashad Evans, you know, he's a great fighter, but all great fighters, they get old, they get gray, and he's got to come down eventually. And I think Ryan Bader's definitely on an upswing as far as his career trajectory. I think Rashad Evans is going to have way too much ring rust. Bader's going to get him. He's going to be able to take him down. And I think he finishes Evans round 2 TKO. Sorry, but that's just the way time works. If you're looking for a one-sided matchup, this one, these guys would feel guilty about booking this one. We've got Jessica Ai taking on Julian Pena. This one is just absolutely one-sided. You know, pretty much even as far as the variables in terms of height and weight. And, you know, it's kind of a negligible reach advantage. But, you know, just looking at all these other statistics, Pena is landing 7.81 significant strikes per fight compared to Jessica Ai, only doing 4.82. 0.45 strikes absorbed for Pena, barely getting hit at all versus 4.39 for Ai. Really looking at the rest of the stats, I mean, takedown defense leans towards Ai, I'll give her that. But the other details, 5.02 takedowns per fight. I mean, that's pretty crazy compared to this guy who has zero. She has 0 takedown attempts whatsoever, compared to Pena, who has 100% takedown accuracy. So she's got better striking, better defense. Submissions are a non-factor. This is my lock of the night. I need corporate sponsorship. I need some sort of lock or shoe-in or something to come in and promote the video, because this one, you know, I don't really see how Pena loses this one. I think she wins first round TKO. So lots of finishes. Close fights, but finishes. All right, heavyweight matchup. Sean Jordan against Ruslan Magomedov. This is actually surprisingly close. Height advantage for Magomedov, but weight advantage for Jordan. 70-inch reach advantage compared to 75 for Jordan, so that leans towards Magomedov. Strikes landed per minute, tilt towards Magomedov. Striking accuracy, this is a checkerboard, really, as far as stats go. Leans towards Jordan. I mean, Magomedov is eating fewer punches per fight and has the better striking defense, But, look again, Sean Jordan, he's also got, better takedown accuracy, even if Magomedov has 100% takedown accuracy and 88% defense compared to 76% accuracy for Jordan. So really, all that to say, I really don't know. It's really a close call. If heads are coin, heavyweight fights rarely last long, and if they go the full distance, they're usually terrible. So in that, Luke has the better cardio, and Magomedov, I think, is the better fighter overall, but I think this one gets dragged out, and Jordan wins a really ugly 15-minute unanimous decision. So, yeah, not really seeing too much out of this one. All right, and very quickly, I'm going to go over the preliminary fights. A lot of fights on here that no one really cares about, so I'll take it as fast as I can. All right. Joseph Benavidez against Ali Baganatov. This is going to get beat up by Demetrius Johnson next. Going with Benavidez. Dan Hooker versus Yair Rodriguez. Going to go with Dan Hooker. It's because I like his name better. Rose Namajunas. I'm going to take her over Angela Hill because her nickname is Thug. We got a guy named Alan Juban taking on Albert Einstein Tumanov. That's his actual nickname, folks. So you got to go with Juban. Islam Makhachev taking on Adriano Martins. Gonna go with Islam because I believe in freedom of religion. You got Anthony Pettis, his brother Sergio Pettis, taking on Chris Carrizio. And undercard, I actually think Sergio's going to win this one, so I'm going to give him the tilt. Heavyweight fight, Derek Lewis against Victor Pesto. I'm going to go with Lewis. And in the opening event, I'm going to take Sage Northcutt over Francisco Trevina simply because his name is Sage Northcutt. I mean, that's like a James Bond villain name. How can you fail there? So anyway, that's it. That is my UFC 192 picks. Probably not going to watch a show, but, I'll catch the replays. Should be pretty interesting. And you know what? After that, UFC 193, UFC 194, lots of good stuff coming up. We'll see what happens.